It's really important to learn how to protect your peace. Making sure that you remain in the driver's seat of your emotional state is absolutely paramount to living a quality life. So many people suffer because they don't even realize that they're carrying emotions that don't belong to them. So many people are walking through their experience in life in a reactive state. They have this intention to be positive and peaceful and exude confidence and love into the world, but then they encounter somebody who absolutely has no control over their emotions or intentionally wants to start trouble or drama or gets off on other people's misery. And then they're all discombobulated. They become reactive because they take that person's emotional state and ill intent personally. So what has helped me and what I've learned to really embrace is moving past people who don't want to see me happy, who want to spread their negativity or discontent like a virus. And when you're in control of your peace, you recognize what doesn't belong to you and you do not internalize it and make it your issue. My advice to all of you is to take responsibility and protect your peace of mind. Because when you do, you don't have to be in such a state of anguish, over the world conditions. Yes, you're going to want there to be more peace in the world and want the end of war and have your own desires for what you want to see, but there's a difference between having those desires and living for those things and living in reaction to what's happening out there, keeping it alive in your mind. Because the more you keep it alive in your mind, the more you feed the fire, the more your experience starts to explode and is colored by that reality. I find it helpful for me to completely exaggerate the things in my life that make me happy, the things in my life that for so many years I took for granted, took advantage of. And that's just like waking up every morning, the sun shining on my face, being able to breathe in clean air, having access to clean water, being able to have heat in the wintertime. These little things that we probably don't even take a second to appreciate and think about the ones of us who have access to these things because they're not scarce to us. But the moment one of these things are scarce, the moment we come into a sense of discomfort, the moment we feel that we are having issues with things that we used to have no problems with at all, then we explode that situation. That new experience is now at the forefront and we wish for better days. So I'm saying before we get to that place, before we have to experience the uncomfortability or the discomfort of losing something that is so vital in our life that we forgot to appreciate it. That's the people in your life that make you happy. The people in your life that make your experience more pleasant, that bring you joy, that aren't antagonistic towards you. The job that you have, the food that you are able to, use to feed yourself. The house that you're able to live in, the water, the air, the sun, whatever it is, the car that you have, the working bodily functions that you have. The list can go on and on for ways that we can appreciate our experience. You protect your peace by being very, very protective of yourself, all of you. Acknowledge your weaker spots, acknowledge your blind spots, and be very careful about who you let have access to those places. If it's love, if it's your family, if it's your job, if it's your creations, if it's your heart, whatever it is that you get really emotionally attached to, you have to be very careful of allowing people to have access to those spaces. Because once they infiltrate those spaces, now your peace becomes unsettled. Now they're in control of your happiness or your state of mind. So be very discriminating when it comes to people you allow into your presence. And going out into the world, we don't always have control of who we're riding the bus with, or who's our Uber driver, or who we're working with, or who we just meet on a bus stop. We don't have control over these things. But what we have control over is who we give access to our emotions, who we allow to control our minds, who we continuously allow to bother us and to create a state of discomfort. And sometimes you don't even have to confront a person by saying something. You just have to learn how to not let them in. You have to learn when to draw the line. You have to learn how to shield yourself. And the best way to do that is to love yourself enough to be responsible for your own sense of well-being. So take responsibility. In this day and age, it's so easy to get riled up off of what's happening on TV that we see, what's going on in other countries, the kidnappings, the violence, the war, the crimes, all of the things that we see can completely disturb our peace if we allow it to. I'm not saying don't care. I'm saying don't allow it to bring you down into this funk to believe that there's no hope at all in the world. Because there still is good. You still have power to control your state of mind. So take advantage of that power. Empower yourself. Love yourself. Appreciate what you have. Whatever it is, blow it up so much that you start to see it as the gift that it is. Because the moment that you don't have access to those gifts, sometimes it's too late, to get that peace back. So appreciate everything you have now. Release any and everything and everybody who disturbs your peace. Reclaim your power, improve your life, and take charge because you have the power within you.